Well, it's all over here in Chapel Hill, Virginia falling to North Carolina 70-52, and I'm here with Hootie and Hoots today. It was just one of those games where Virginia couldn't get a rebound to save its life. You almost wondered, what was going through their heads there, getting out-rebounded 52-32.
Yeah, you're right, and as bad as it was on the boards, I wrote in my column that even though they lost by 18, I think it was more of an offensive loss than a defensive loss. Virginia kind of played at the pace they wanted. They couldn't have asked for much more than to hold Carolina to 70 points. But, you're never going to beat Carolina scoring 52 points. They could sit here and play for the next 100 years. 52 won't get it. So I think Virginia's got to do something about their offense if they really want to close out this season strong.
And, their depth was just really exposed today with, it shows you what happens when a guy or two picks up some fouls. Mike Scott hit with the 3 fouls early in the second half there, and they had to sit him. It was a tough call by Tony what to do there. Did you agree with him maybe taking him out there, or you feel like he had no choice at that point in the game?
I think he was kind of handcuffed. I don't think, any more depth than they have, quality depth at that spot. I don't think there's much more he could do. I think he almost had to do it. And, as aggressive as Carolina was being attacking Virginia inside, it was just a matter of time before all those guys got in foul trouble, I think.
The thing in the aftermath of this game, Joe said he couldn't squeeze his left hand. When we were talking to him about his hand, he said they're going to go back to Charlottesville and get some x-rays. You don't even want to think about this team losing another player, especially a guy like Joe. We'll just have to wait and see. For Tony Bennett's sake, hopefully he's not lost for any stretch of time, especially with Clemson coming up now on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the last thing this team needs, is to lose one of its top offensive guys. And if they do, they could be doomed. It's going to be awfully hard to win. Their schedule's backloaded anyway. It's going to be hard to win some of these games down the home stretch if they can't score. And without him, they can't score.
Any parting thoughts now as we jump in the car, head back to Charlottesville, and meet Doug Dowdy somewhere at some random Italian restaurant on 29?
I hope it's not snowing, because the roads down here on the way from Chapel Hill to Virginia are not very good.
One thing I might add, Roy Williams effusive in his praise of John Tell today. I couldn't believe some of the quotes. He was very impressed with the way John Tell penetrated, and John Tell did do a great job there, I think, in that first half, getting to the rim at will, it seemed like, but just not enough, really.
Yeah, I think I really do think that down in Tallahassee, even though they got beat, I think they did discover something, that by John Tell penetrating as much as possible, that they do have an alternate means of scoring, and again, that's not going to get it done, but it certainly helps.
He's got to bring Sammy off the bench. I'm telling you, Hoots, just once, get him out of the mental funk. Maybe then you move him back into the lineup. I think you got to do it for Clemson. Just throw Malcolm Brogdon in there. You got to try something at this point.
I agree now. I thought maybe through this game you give him one more chance in a big game to make a splash and maybe shoot his way out of it, but obviously that didn't happen. So I agree with you. I think now you got to give Brogdon a start, let Sammy clear his head, bring him off the bench, see what happens.
Let's go find Dowdy.
Let's go.